Hello students, in this class we'll see few things, few small things, little things. Like one of the keyword is final. It's quite simple. A field can be declared as final. Doing so prevents its content from being modified, making it essentially a constant. So it's quite simple that if you are providing the final keyword while making any variable, now actually it's a variable of our data type. A file name is the name of variable of this type and we are assigning value 1 to it. But once we put a final in front of it, then it behaves more or less like a constant. You cannot then modify the value of file new, file open, whatever variable names we are providing. So this is the only use of uh, what the final keyword, you may say. It's quite simple. You can uh, use this and see it. Next topic you can see is array. So array we are discussing in a different class, so you could find the video there. Now one new thing is, not new actually, but another thing is nested and inner class. Means we can make a class inside a class itself containing a class. Okay, so how could we make this? Actually, these texts are just discussing the same thing, that what is inner class and what is a nested class. Look, one important point let us discuss here. There are two types of nested class. Nested class simply means if a class contains another class, that that inner class becomes or the nested class. Like we have nested for loop, nested if condition. The same way nested class we can also have. So two types of nested class could be, one is static and a non-static. What is static we have already seen. Same thing follows here also, and rest of the things we can only understand properly when we'll see one example and when we will practice. If you just simply see the video, read the text, the things will not become very clear to you. Look, the most important type of nested class is inner class. An inner class is a non-static nested class. Inner class special name is given. That is a non-static inner or nested class which has access to all the variables and method of the outer class and may refer them directly in the same way that other non-static member of the class do. So let us have a look. Let us first see one example, and that example might help us to understand this. And don't think so much. These things are simple, so keep these things simple and take this simply only. What we are doing here, we are simply making a class whose name is outer. The name of class is outer. You can give any name there. This is the curly brace which represents the beginning of this class as we do normally. Then this is one of the data member which has the initial value as 100. Next, we are making a function test, and then we are making an object of inner. Now, what is inner? Don't get confused. Inner is just another class. Inner कोई keyword नहीं है, कोई special data type नहीं है, just a class made, but you can make it. It's made here. So the thing is, you look at the curly braces. This is the class outer whose curly brace begins here. This is the test function whose curly brace begins here and ends here. So this curly brace simply represent the end of this function and not the end of class. And that's why I prefer to put the curly brace in this area so that it is easy to just see that how which curly brace is there, which for which curly brace the ending curly brace is. There is less confusion. So we could see easily that this particular class, the inner class, is inside the outer class because the outer class is not yet over. When it will get over, we'll see this. So here, from here till here, the test function is there, which is a part of the outer class. And what we are doing in the outer class, we are doing something like this. We are making an object of inner class. This is how inner is the name of the class, like this. OB1 we make, no, the same way this inner name is given. Don't get confused with this inner is here also and inner is again here also. Why it is this is just a object's name. You could write any name here. Here we're making simply an object. The programmer has made it little confusing, but for you should not be confusing. Case sensitivity again here comes. This inner is starting with capital I and this is starting with small I. So these two are totally different. I mean, these two are different names, where this simply represents the class name, which is made here, and this is name of object, which could be any name. You can try it with any name. And new inner, like we normally create an object. Now what we are simply calling a function of that class displays the function defined in that class, inner class. And yes, you know that in object-oriented programming, we need to create object, and through the objects we can simply call the functions. So display function is there, and what this display function is doing, have a look. So display function is simply using the variable of outer class. This variable is trying to use, and this is what this program is meant for demonstrating. I mean, as it was said that the inner class can use all the members and all. So this is how we can see that yes, the outer class member can be used in the inner class also, and it's being used. So this curly brace ends here. I mean, this curly brace is the end of this function. This curly brace is end of this curly brace. Means here the class inner is ending, and this curly brace is end of this. So now the class is also getting end. Now what? We are making another class, inner class demo. This class is beginning here. And yes, we are making the main function, of course, whose curly brace is written here. Now we are doing what? We are simply making an object of outer class. The same way we made the inner class object, the same way we are making the outer class object. And now what? We are calling the test function. And do what? Test function is there, it's calling the display function, and display function is there defined, and which is displaying the value of outer x, which is the part of outer class. So the value is displayed. So this is how we can, I mean, use any class inside a class, and just do practice with other examples. So this text simply explains what we just explained right now. Now let us see something. Explain an inner class has access to all of the members of enclosing class, but the reverse is not true. Means member of the inner class are known only within the scope of the inner class and may not be used by the outer class. You can understand the meaning. Means the member of outer class can be used in the inner class, which we saw this. The outer variable was being used in the inner class, but it's telling you that you cannot use the inner class elements or members in the outer class. Now, what is this confusion? Let us make this clear with this help of this example. This example is same with a little modification. Outer class is there, x value variable outer class is there, then test is there, and doing the same thing. The inner class has a int y. Inner class has int y. Okay, display function is simply displaying the outer x. Till this, there is no problem. It's same. Only this new variable is introduced, which is not there in this program. I think you all have this book. You can refer to this book anytime. That's a nice book. So now what I'm doing, look, where is the inner class ending? Here it is starting, and then here it is ending. Okay, fine. This curly brace is for the display function. Now what we are doing, we are making another function. So y, which this belong to which class? Since this class is ended here, so this doesn't belong to the inner class. So look the importance of the curly braces. This is out of the inner class, and this is the part of the outer class because of the curly brace I'm telling you. So you here you can see that inner class you can define, and then you can again define any function of the outer class. And here we are trying what, to print the value of y, which was defined here inside the inner class, and then we are calling to see it. But see, here y is declared as the instance variable of inner class. This is not known to outside the class, and thus this program will not be compiled. And that's why this comment is also written. Compilation error is mega unknown, y is not recognized, and all this kind of things will come in front of you. So dear students, please you try these practically once or twice with the whatever program, like enter two number. You can take any example and you can make a program and just test it. And once you make the program on your own, then it remains there with you. Okay, if you'll only watch it, it will not remain, it will remain for a while only. But once you are making it with your own hands, and when you're compiling it, when you're debugging it, then it remains with you for almost forever. Okay, so that's why there is it's very important to practice. Look, defining an inner class within a for loop, another example. Look at this nice piece of example. Outer class 100 test and see, within the test we are using the for loop, and in the for loop we are defining a class. Means we are defining class several number times, so looping bhi usme, and displaying the value of outer x and all. Okay, then what, this particular program may be a little confusing, but when we'll study it properly, if you can execute it, you can type it and run it and see how it is working, you will come to know more about the aspects of programming, the facilities, the flexibility of programming. These things are also available. Means we can do these things also that we never think of. And why to make a class inside a for loop? But it can be made. See here, this for loop is there. Again, a class. Look, the curly brace. This curly brace is a for loop. Inner class we are making and all. Inner class, new inner. This is the object of inner class. And then display function is called so outer test. When we call the test function, so in the test function, this display function is called, and display function is here, and which will display the value of outer x, which is 100. So how many times? 0 to less than 10, that is 9 times. Yani 10. Total 10 times test function. Once you call the test function, and rest the loop will run inside the test function, and this will make this class every time. Yes, every time. Now you may ask you, what is the importance? Of course, right now you cannot find any utility of this kind of thing, but in case you are making some program and you need this kind of facility, then what, then this is available, you can use it. So dear students, you can use these things. So we'll discuss other topic in our next class. So if you have anything, you can ask me. So thank you for today. See you in the next class.